Top of the morning, traders. It is Friday, and we've had a lot of activity in European trading. Let's jump right into it and go through the majors to get this done so we can get the trading going. The first pair we're going to look at is the Euro USD. As you can see, the pair broke below yesterday, the crucial 130 level, and started moving gradually slower. And I know there was a lot of traders that were interested in shorting right here at the 130 level. It looks like they were probably more than likely stopped out on this pop higher. This pop higher, I believe, happened after there was a little bit of conviction from the European units that the euro would not break up, and then there was interest in Spain possibly requesting a bailout. But as we can see, let's break it down to a shorter term chart to give us a little bit more clarity. As we can see, there was that quick pop up which happened around 4. But then ever since that, the pair has moved back down lower, and now we are once again below the 130 level. What we're definitely going to watch for here is a move back up to 130 for a bounce down, or more importantly, what it looks like we could get is a move down towards the low around 129.58 of today. If we break below that 129.58 level, we could definitely be in for a move lower to finish the day. So our two objectives is this 129.58 level and the 130 level on the top side. And let's look at the Great Britain Pound USD. This pair is particularly interesting because if you've definitely been following the Twitter feed, sometimes you bite your hand not following your own advice. All day yesterday I was trading this pair to the downside, looking for a bounce off this trend line. The pair broke above the trend line, and I actually thought it was going to be a false breakout. I went short. I only ended up losing like 15 pips there. But if I had followed my common sense trading objective, which I should have done, we should have gone long. I should have gone long here at 162.10, and we could have almost pulled 100 pips out of the pair. Probably would have sold up here though, actually around 162.72, so it would have been a good trade, but I didn't. So let's get back to what happened. The cross moved up after breaking the trend line, and then spiked higher at 4 o'clock. And this was from comments from central bankers in England, and but moved up towards 163. But as we can see, and it popped above the highs. Basically, it just triggered all these stop loss that were sitting right above at the weekly high at 162.72. The cross could not hold above this level. If we see going into today and a little bit more into into North American Open that the cross sticks below this 162.72, we could easily see a push back down lower today towards the 162 and then ultimately the 161.70 level. But if we break back above 162, because it is Friday and things tend to trend on Friday, we could see a push higher, and I'll be watching for a break of 163 for a push higher into the beginning of next week. The Aussie, interestingly enough, it gathered up its chips yesterday and made back all of its losses for the week. And you can see the cross, all of its losses from the fall after the disappointing Chinese data. Now the cross is sitting at the critical 105 area. It's tried to break high. We're just going to watch this 105 area with keen eyes. And if we stick below, we could be heading back down to 104. If we break above, we could be on our way to the 106.30 area. So all eyes on the 104 level. The New Zealand USD. This pair is interesting because I know there was a lot of traders talking about going short around the 83 area because that had held it through the week. What I'm going to have my eyes on, though, is not the 83 area, but the 83.50 area. Any move up to that level could see buyers come in. Well, we should have buyers coming in right now. This is a resistance zone, but we could see buyers come in looking for a push lower towards the 82.20 level. If we break above this, it's free game for a move up to the 84.70 area. The CAD, very similar to the Great Britain Pound. It broke the trend line, then it moved down throughout the day. It could have been good for a 30 pip snap. But as you can see now, the pound is back. The CAD is back into the resistance zone, or just the support zone that has helped maintain the pair right around the 97.50 level. That seems to be the area where the pair has been most comfortable so far this week. And we're just going to watch risk in this pair. I don't have a clear bias either way. Oil, I don't know if it's coming off or down, but it's probably stabilizing today. If we get a push down, the move down should be capped around 96.76. A push up will be capped probably by this trend line once again around the 98 area. I'd actually say styline on that pair at the moment. The USD JPY, just keep an eye on the daily chart. You can see it's coming back towards the resistance at 78. This could get a bounce off this level, and as always, we're watching this trend line at the top at 79.12. Let's just take a look at a couple of three of the yen pairs, just because they're feeling pretty interesting today. First is the New Zealand JPY, just because it bounced very well off that resistance zone that we talked about, looking for a push up to 65.50, and the CAD still playing the pips to the T, which I wanted to show. Look, it bounced perfectly off the 50 fib there. Now it's sitting mid-range. You could look for a move up towards, I would wait for it to go above the 80 fib and look for around the 81.27 the short. Anything back towards the 50 fib though could give you another buying opportunity. As you know, this range will break eventually. So I would actually, you could wait for more so than the 50 fib, wait for this price line down here at 79, because basically the cross is trending between 79 and 81.20. And the Euro JPY, it's interesting to note that the Euro JPY didn't take the Euro's lead and is still sitting around the 101.40 level. It has retraced almost all of the gains. All right, all traders, let's take a look one more rehash. We're watching the euro, we're watching the 130 level, watching for a break here. The pound, we're going to see how it handles this 162.72 rejection. Same, we can see it break at that level. The Aussie, it's all about a hold or break at this 105 level. The New Zealand, it's about the 8.0350 level. Let's see what kind of price reaction we get there. The CAD, we're sidelined at the moment, and as we are with the yen. All right, traders, have a great weekend. I'll look forward to helping you make some pips.